Okay, so when people ask me questions like, oh, what's 8 times 7? Or what's the square root of blah, 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 blah. And, you know, start throwing all these numbers and equations and shit at me. I get so anxious because, like, bitch, I don't fucking know. And I'm feeling so put on the spot. Like, I just be standing there stuck, like, panicking, like, drawing a blank and shit. My brain be short circuiting all because I'm trying to count my fingers. Or even try to pull out the calculator on my phone. And I'll be feeling mad stupid because people be looking at me all shady and taking the face. Or because I don't know the answer. They be talking about some, oh, you don't know what square to the 10th power equals. It's so easy. No, bitch. Obviously not. Not for me, it isn't. Fuck, I look like Khan Academy, ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT for the answer then. If you want it so damn bad, then jeez. Like, come on now. Anyway, so yeah, I just give or take the L because, like, yeah, nah, math ain't it. Honestly, math's never really been my strong suit. Sometimes I understood math. Most of the time I didn't. I've always been more drawn to art and writing. And I would argue that my complete disinterest in mathematics could be linked back to, like, this one particular incident at school. Not very typical. Atypical John. Okay, so this one time at band camp, okay, for real. So this one time when I was in elementary school, and, you know, I had to be in either, like, I think 2nd or 3rd grade. I don't know, something like that. And it was during the Christmas season, and, you know, the Christmas season during the school year was always a really special time of the year. You had teachers and students putting up Christmas decorations, doing Secret Santa, kids having snowball fights, and eating milk and cookies. You know, all that good stuff. I mean, after all, it is the season to be jolly. Except that not everybody was tapped into the Christmas spirit. You see, we had this one teacher. Miss Critch was one of those old school, stern, and sometimes very... Okay, so quick disclaimer. Miss Critch isn't her actual name, but we gonna call her Miss Critch because I don't know if she's still alive. And with the internet being the internet, it's gonna do what it's gonna do. And the last thing I need is for her to come from me, all because I something I said about her in a silly YouTube video. And I ain't taking no chances. So with that being said, Miss Critch it is. So anyway, Miss Critch was one of those old school, stern, and sometimes very mean type of teachers who not only wasn't very well liked by students, she knew she wasn't very well liked and didn't really give a fuck. She also had a very deep voice for women. I mean, like deep voice. And she had one of those bills where even though she was old and short, I'm very confident when I say that she could probably eat a small child or two across the room without breaking a sweat. So Miss Critch was my math teacher, and based on what I've said so far, you can probably already guess that math plus Miss Critch equal not a fun time for me, like, at all. Thankfully though, math was my last class of the day, and despite the fact that I was a very quiet, albeit painfully shy, sensitive, and introverted student, this actually allowed me to skate by unnoticed most of the time. So I guess you could say that it worked out in my favor, right? Well, no, not on this day it didn't. You see, I was sitting in math class, spaced out as usual on an assignment I didn't understand. Then, out of nowhere, a teacher walks in, and I can't remember what teacher it was. I don't know if it was like an English teacher or like a history teacher or whatever. I don't know. That's the point. But anyway, this teacher walks in, she comes to speak with Miss Critch because, like, I don't know, teachers would just pop up into other classes like a special guest in a sitcom just to chit chat and speak with 2 other teachers for a few minutes. Never like, don't y'all got a class to teach? But to be honest, I can't really be mad at them because, like, teachers don't get paid enough for the things that they got to deal with on a daily basis. And also, fuck them kids. But anywho, this teacher stops by the chit chat with Miss Critch and says hi to all the students in my class. She shares with us that her class was watching a movie and invites us over there. Anyone who grew up in the early 2000s and before it knows that movie time in class was always lit. Like, it's a core memory of being a kid in school. You knew that when you saw this big ass TV put up on wheels, I mean, teacher or student struggling to roll this bitch up into the classroom, you knew good and well, without a doubt in your mind, that class was finna be a banger. Like, there was no discussion. So imagine as a kid growing up during this time that not only are you being invited over to go watch a movie in class, the movie in question was the Polar Express. The Polar Express, especially during Christmas. The Polar Express is that movie. All aboard never gets old. All aboard! Period! Bro, it never gets old. So when I tell you my whole classroom lost their ever-loving minds, we were screaming, kicking, shouting, running around, and headed for that door. We were trying to get the fuck up out of there. Because again, like, it's the Polar Express. We don't want to watch that movie. We don't want to stay in this boring-ass math class. And nothing could stop us. We was finna leave.
Not on my watch.
Or so we thought. But here come Miss Critch with her old, wrinkly, raggedy, wrinkly ass. Just having to be the killjoy that she just has to be. So she just sprints in front of the door. It's just like,
you're not going nowhere till you finish the assignment.
Like, bruh, like, come on. You know we're gonna watch this damn movie. You know this. So we sit back down, mad, sucking our teeth, mumbling, I hate you, Miss Grinch. Fuck you, Miss Grinch. You're a bitch, Miss Grinch.
I hate
all that. All that under our breaths. And we get back to work. So I'm sitting there, barbecue sauce in my titties. Nah, let me stop. So I'm sitting there lost, don't know what the fuck to do. I'm looking all around the room, scanning the walls. All of my classmates are fast at work. I was looking for anything big or small that could help me get this work done so I could go watch this darn movie. But unfortunately, I found nothing. Now, remember earlier when I mentioned I was a very quiet, shy, and introverted kid? While all that is true, I was also dealing with what I was later in life came to realize was undiagnosed anxiety and other untreated forms of neuroses. It was so bad, in fact, that I actually struggled to ask for help because the fear of looking stupid felt really, really painful. Like, not just emotionally, but I mean, like, physically painful as well. Like, it didn't help that the kids in my school were mean as shit. I mean, honestly, you could argue that's just kids in general, but, like, still, any little thing that they could find, they pick on you for, like, how you walked, what shoes you got on, or even if you smelled a little funny, they will hike on you relentlessly with no mercy. And I was not trying to get involved with that. So as I'm sitting there, just wasting time, I noticed that little by little my classmates would get up and go to Mrs. Grinch's front desk to go show her their work. Now, Mrs. Grinch would give the students two types of responses. If she says something like,
"That's not right," or "Try again," or "Fix this and come back to me,"
that meant that the answer in your paper was wrong. But if she said,
"Good," or "Correct," or "Excellent,"
that let the student know that they correctly finished their classwork and that they could go on to watch the movie in the other classroom. One by one, my classmates were dropping like flies by the minute. It seemed as though everyone understood math except for me. And that made me more and more stressed out. Eventually, my classroom was that of a ghost town. Everyone had finished their assignments and left. Everyone except for me. Well, everyone except for me and like this other kid, who honestly, he was just chilling. He didn't seem stressed out not one bit about whether or not he would go to watch the movie or not. My guess is that he just was just happy to be there. Like, he just liked the thrill of trying to figure out the math problem little by little. Be more like him, I guess. But anyway, me on the other hand, I'm stressed out, I'm lost, I don't know what's happening, I don't know what to do. I want to go watch the Polar Express, but I can't unless I finish this freaking assignment. But the whole time, I'm not making eye contact with Miss Grinch because she's scary. So she gets up and checks with the other kid. Cool. Then suddenly, her eyes turn to me, and she slowly starts making her way over to me. When I tell you, my whole heart sank to my ass. Like, bruh, each one of her footsteps felt so heavy and loud that you could hear a pin drop. So I start acting like I'm busy. Like, I'm so stressed out for working too hard trying to solve this problem. I started writing down numbers and erasing them so my paper looked all battered up and crinkled and wrinkled and all that shit. Like, I was putting up real work back here. I really thought I was doing something. But honestly, I wasn't doing shit. And I knew that. So she makes her way over to me and I got my head down, eyes glued to my paper. I'm covering up my paper with my little fingers, so I don't want her to see it. I'm acting like I didn't notice her, even though she clearly put up in front of me. So she's like,
"Let me see your work. I haven't seen you come to my desk not one time today."
So I slowly and very hesitantly move my little fingers off my paper so she can see. And she's immediately set off. She's just like,
"I ain't nothing on this paper. This paper blank. What have you been doing back here this whole time? This whole time you just sit back here doing nothing."
I mean, she's just going off of me, and I'm anxious and frustrated, and all combustions. I don't know, I understand. Stuff like that. But she ain't really trying to hear it. So she just continues to go off of me. And real quick, before I continue the story, let me just say this. Honestly, I don't remember what the exact math problem was, but the way the situation went down, just for comparison, relatability's sake, you know when your parent is trying to help you with your homework, and it's super simple, but you just don't get it. Like, it don't matter how many times your parent keep explaining it to you, you're just not getting it. Like, for some reason, you're just not getting it. Like, it's just not computing. So your parents continue to try to help you figure out the answer, but you're just still not getting it. The more you don't get it, like, the more and more fed up your parents start to get with you. Basically, this was happening between me and Miss Grinch. So let's just pretend for simplicity's sake that the math problem was Johnny had the little apples. So she was going to ask me,
"Johnny had 8 apples and he ate 3. How many apples do you have left?"
and I'm like, I don't know. I don't understand. No, because, like, for real, I was not understanding. So she just kept asking me.
"Johnny had 8 apples. He ate 3 of them. How many apples do you have left?"
Using her fingers and all that to try to explain it to me. But I was still not getting it. So she really got tired of me and went off of me. She was yelling in my face all like,
"How do you not understand such a simple problem? It's so easy."
And as she was going off, I started crying. I started crying because I felt so overwhelmed. And I was frustrated and scared. And you know, I ain't gonna lie, part of that was because of breath stunk. Like, bruh, like, I breath stunk real bad. Like, I don't know what it is with all these teachers' breath stinking. Like, I don't know. her breath smelled like stale coffee and like sweaty feet and like hella bounced ass. Like, I don't know, it just stunk bad, like real bad. Like, I don't know if she had like halitosis or like something chronic or something, because it smelled chronic. Like, girl, bruh, I mean, like, it smelled like it was in need of like toothpaste and like some floss and like a hug real bad. Like, girl, like you know what's that just stink real bad? It's like an assault on all your senses. Like, bruh, I mean, it just like swallows you up. Like, girl, so I'm sitting there overwhelmed, overstimulated. She all up in my face, like, with her eyes all wide, her mouth all open, voice all deep and all, spit flying, breath busting, her tongue was all white and shit, the teeth all yellow, rotten, bragging and shit. So, bruh, I'm holding in my breath. I'm holding in my breath, crying, trying to turn. And bro, she just kept going. She just kept going. She was all up in my face yelling and shit. But after some time, she realized how stressed out I was getting, and I think she ended up remembering that I was just a little kid after all. So she made me stop doing my classwork, and she let me go to other class so I could watch the Polar Express with all the little kids. And that was the end of it. Wrong! That is not what happened, okay? That is not what happened, okay? She was not one of those teachers who gave kids a slap on the wrist, bruh. Like, she did not care. She really said,
hey, you just got to sit and figure it out, because you're not watching that movie unless you figure it the fuck out.
So, bruh, I really sat there and cried and just continued to cry. And I shut down, bro. I shut down. So, long story short, there's no happy ending to the story. I never finished the assignment, and eventually class ended, school was over, and I took my little ass home. And I failed the assignment on top of that. And I never got to watch the Polar Express with all the other little kids and my friends. And that was it. That's how it actually ended. Bruh, when I tell you, I was so heartbroken. Like, of course, I could just watch the Polar Express from the company of my own home. But like, it's not the same. Like, it'll never be the same as like watching it with all the little kids and like your friends and stuff in class. It'll never be the same. Like, I'll never get that back. Damn. Fuck you, Miss Grant.